Asia. That's it. That's the same thing.
What she had, like 36?
Asia Wilson. Yeah, she had 30 something. Asia Wilson. That's it. We're gonna get to it.
Big facts.
Lower this music so you can start, because I'll play this whole song. It's about
Who is that?
Tyler. Her name is Tyler. Honestly, a lot of people been playing her all week on their like reels and stories. I first heard the song on Joe Budden's podcast. I'm like, what is this? This is a vibe. And then after that, I'm hearing it everywhere. But it's a vibe. Her name is Tyler.
Okay. Shout out to Tyler. And shout out to y'all for joining us. Sunday, 7 p.m., 21 Titles Weekly Recap. Keep it very short and brief. My name is Wellness Brit, aka Brittany. This is my co-host, Shantae. We affirm really trying to create equity through community and collaboration. And we do these weekly recaps every Sunday to keep the community in the know about what's going on in the world of NIL, the world of blockchain technology and tech and business culture, and also women's basketball and women's sports in general. But yeah, man, got some good stuff to discuss tonight.
No, for sure. We can get into it. It's playoffs.
Let's go.
We're in the WNBA playoffs.
We're gonna go home.
Yeah, this afternoon we watched the Liberty play the Connecticut Sun.
Oh, Tyler. Can't play Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
This one that'd be nice for people to input because I got to the gate. I got to clear maybe. I went through the whole security visit in 3 minutes. I got to the airport super early. I got to the airport at 5:45. My flight was at 8. And just those this is a 5:08. And they were calling people to stand by and everything. Let me go over to see where the next flight is. Next flight is at 7. I go to the guy and say, hey, listen. See if I can get on standby. Now, let me give you that standby. I'm going to put me in the first class. Good, amen.
Amen.
It's home to a group of
IG hating.
I was willing to take the risk, so we took the risk, took the song, and whatever. It's cool. Hopefully, Kenneth and everybody else that was in here come back in the room, but as you were saying before we were interrupted by IG, we are in playoff season of the WNBA. This afternoon at 1 p.m., we watched the Liberty match up against the Connecticut Sun. And the Liberty fell short this afternoon. They lost to the Connecticut Sun. I'll let kind of Brittany go first for real. But it was, I mean, listen, the series is going to be a goodie. I will say that before talking to Brittany.
Yeah, I mean, Look, we got the 2-3 matchup. 3 came out rolling today.
Yeah.
Shantae said this offline, but Dewana Bonner owned the Liberty today.
And that second half.
Second half, she put it on them. Okay. What can we say? The Liberty, they just had a bad game today. I mean, sometimes this is basketball. Sometimes you're gonna have a bad game. It just looked like Bonija was out of it. I think she was like 1 for 9 from the field. Just didn't really have a great shooting game. She still impacts the game because she plays defense. But we needed that spark from her today. Brianna Stewart, even though she scored in the mid-20s, I believe, it just seemed like she was just, it was more volume today. Like she was throwing shots up. Like, I think she had a poor field goal percentage today. Sabrina Ionescu, where were you? We needed a good performance from you today. We didn't get it.
Yeah.
And on the other side, Connecticut played very well.
They did. They did.
Very well.
They came out guns blazing. I will say that. They came out ready to play. It's that simple. They came out ready to play, and it was hungry the whole game. Like, that's something that Brittany and I also discussed throughout the game. Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen showed up for the Connecticut Sun today. She showed up.
She was hitting some tough shots today.
Yeah. Hayes, she was in foul trouble throughout the entire game, but they just came out ready to play. Even though she was in foul trouble, she was hungry. It showed. Same with Dewana Bonner, same with Alyssa Thomas. Like, they all came really ready to play, and it seems like the Liberty kind of struggled with aggressive teams. We talked about this with the Mystics last round. Even though the Liberty did ultimately beat the Mystics that round, the Mystics gave them a run for their money. They came out hungry too, real aggressive. The Liberty today in the second half really didn't have that many transition points, which I think really hurt them. And they just kind of played to Connecticut Sun's drum, for real. Connecticut was doing whatever they wanted to do, basically. That's how I felt. And
correct.
It's just going to be a really interesting matchup for these next two games.
Yeah, that Liberty struggled today. Again, this was another aggressive team, and they gotta be aggressive too. They weren't aggressive. Like, I agree with you. It didn't really look like the Liberty came to play today, and that's a shame because they're basically giving up their home court advantage by doing this. So I mean.
We'll see what happens. But
best of 5. Best of 5.
Liberty, y'all gotta bring. Let's step it up next game. That's all I gotta say. So it's gonna be interesting season. That's a season.
Series.
So, we'll see what happens with that. And then we had the Las Vegas Aces versus Dallas Wings that just went off not too long ago, and the Aces won. And Asia Wilson, she dominated the first half with 18 points. It was like she had ice in her veins throughout the entire game. So, I mean, that's the sentence, Asia Wilson. Showing up yet again.
I mean, that whole, what is it? They call it the quartet. It's Asia, Kelsey, Chelsea, and and Jackie Young.
Yeah.
All of them had double figures today.
Yeah.
Like they played like
They can even play.
they played like the number one team today. And it showed. Jackie Young, she can just make points in bunches, yo. It's like, and Chelsea Gray does such a phenomenal job of finding people.
Seeing in the court.
Yo, her court vision is top tier, whatever you want to call it. Like she sees and she spots, she finds these ladies on the court, and I mean, what can you say about Asia Wilson? Her defense was on point today. I mean, I think the girl finished with 36 points. Like she's having a spectacular year. Like really, really, really is, and you can just tell she put in work. Like she put in work during the off season, and it's showing, during the season. And that's what you got to do, kids. Y'all got to put in the work. You can't be on social media all day, like worrying about the next person and worrying about what they doing. Again, social media, it's not real. It's not.
I'm not.
It's not a real
You're
place.
right. It's not real. You got to put the work in, and yeah. So, shout to the Las Vegas Aces and the Connecticut Sun, which rolls into some of the announcements this week of just the key winners. Let's just say that. We had the key WNBA Coach of the Year. That was Stephanie White, who was the head coach of the Connecticut Sun. She's been having an amazing year with the Connecticut Sun, and it definitely also showed today during the game. Also want to shout out again Asia Wilson. She was the WNBA Defensive Player of the Year. She was also the Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Back to back.
Say that again.
Back to back.
Yeah, back to back. And she was showcasing why she won yet again today. I don't know how many blocks she had today. But the defense is there. She shows up right on both ends of the court. So
facts.
Shouts to Asia. Then we had Alicia Clark of the Las Vegas Aces. She won the 2023 WNBA Sixth Player of the Year. So congratulations to her having to step up. And play this season, get some minutes in, get some key minutes in. And then we have Satu Sabali, in the Dallas Flames. By the way, she was killing today, also. But
yeah,
she was named the 2023 WNBA Most Improved Player, and that is well deserved as well. So shouts to those ladies, and I think on Tuesday they're going to announce the MVP. So,
MVP. Who's gonna get it? I heard Alyssa Thomas was winning the votes, but everybody's saying Asia Wilson may do another back-to-back year, back-to-back doing Defensive Player of the Year, back-to-back MVP.
Deserving if she does get it.
This would be her third MVP.
She's been killing, like she's been showing up. Well deserved if she does get it. Same thing with Alyssa Thomas, by the way. Like,
yeah.
But Asia, she's been very consistent. So it's gonna be interesting to see who they announce on Tuesday. So we'll keep y'all posted with that. So yeah, still on the heels of basketball and women's basketball, we reported this week via our stories that Toronto made history because they unveiled a WNBA themed basketball court again in Toronto. I wish that our Toronto people was in here so that we could talk to them and ask them if they actually saw it yet. But yeah, this was created through the Don Mount Court Project, which they imagine being a true celebration of culture and growth of women's basketball in Toronto and across the country. I believe we reported this on the 9450 podcast, but if not, Toronto, or rather Canada, is primetime real estate in regards to where the WNBA is thinking about expanding to. And so, this is just like a cherry on top of everything that's been happening with Toronto. Well, not Toronto, with Canada being the place that the WNBA actually played in this past May.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just paying homage and saying thank you to all the amazing WNBA players that have contributed to the game. And so the court it took months for them to actually refurbish the court in Toronto. And it was unveiled last Saturday. And the court is made available to the community. And the Don Mount Project, there's a partnership with NBA Canada, the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, and Buckets and Borders, which is a nonprofit based in Regina, which is also in Canada, I believe, that documents basketball culture around the world. So they refurbish courts around the world. And I thought, so what I thought was cool was the artist that they chose to really direct the vision of the court is from Canada. She also played basketball herself. And then her mom also played basketball, which was really cool. And the court includes just game-winning shots from the 1999 WNBA Finals and other key moments from WNBA history. The photo looks really vibrant. The court looks like it's super vibrant.
Yeah.
And just community-focused. And, in the article, they just want people in the community to come, have barbecues, play basketball games, just really just come together as a community at that court. So
yeah,
just thought that was super cool and really important to highlight. So shouts to Canada, shouts to Toronto.
I was running through the 6 with my woes. You know how that go. Canada. Canada, this is fire.
No, it is. And we'll have to see if the WNBA ultimately chooses to expand in. So
you know what? This is a fire idea to advance women's basketball, to make courts that champion. Yo, Parks and Recreation, I'm about to call y'all.
Parks and Rec.
Y'all should transform these courts and put women's basketball.
That's a great idea.
Come on, y'all, stop playing. It's time.
But yeah, it is time. So I thought, see, what you just said is fire. They chose real key moments. They also put like the first bucket in WNBA history. They had that on the court. Like, that's fire. Like, those are important moments that need to be showcased. And maybe will motivate, other young girls in the community to participate. So this is fire, and I hope that it happens more often in other cities and states.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right. Now, last night, it wasn't last night. Yesterday afternoon, we watched Colorado play against Oregon.
Waxed.
Wasn't expecting you to say that, but it's true. We watched it. I was with Brittany while watching it. And nonetheless, we're bringing this up because the next thing we're going to talk about is blenders who created the shade that you see Deion Sanders wearing, along with the whole Colorado their shades, the football team shades. They're wearing blenders. That's the name of the shade. And it was created by this gentleman named Chase Fisher. And so they, gave Deion Sanders a pair of shades to wear. a few weeks ago. After that, Deion Sanders then was like, "Dang, these are fire." Basically, I'm paraphrasing. Damn, these are fire. I want to give a group of these box of these shades also to my team so that they can wear them in to and from games. So Blenders also did that. And as soon as I think a video went out on ESPN where Deion Sanders came into like he was having a speech and then gave out the shades, and then after that, like the pre-orders for the shades started getting crazy. According to Chase Fisher, he said he was expecting to sell 16,000. They only made 16,000 shades, but the orders were from 67,000 all the way up to 72,000 pairs of shades that were ordered. So imagine you're expecting to only you create it or have 60,000, but the demand is 67,000 to 72,000 shades. Now these shades are priced at $67 a piece. So, do your math. You know, do the math, and Blenders could make up to $4.5 million. However, Chase did mention that the sales already have surpassed 1.5 million, and he's more focused on the current number than the valuation, like what could ultimately be down the line, like within the next few weeks. Right now, they have surpassed $1.5 million in sales, and he. When I read the article, he was just so grateful. It seemed like he was so grateful. He didn't think it was going to pop off like this. He said he knew it was going to pop off, but he didn't know it was going to pop off this way, this fast.
Right.
And, having to fulfill orders and pre-orders. And it said that the demand is so heavy that if customers order this week, they won't get their pair until December.
Hey, so that's a good problem to have.
Beautiful problem to have. What I thought was also very interesting, they already have some brick and mortar stores. I mean, I've never heard of Blenders, but they do have some brick and mortar stores. They have 6 right now, but they did mention that they're going to take some of the revenue that they're garnering from these sales to open
another
more brick and mortar stores to really fulfill the need. And just want to shout out Blenders and just talk about just the power of your brand, which is what name, image, and likeness is all about. Even though Deion Sanders is not a collegiate athlete anymore, right? Name, image, and likeness is just brand awareness and just getting deals based off your brand and your image, and that is the Prime Effect. So that's what we're watching. The Prime Effect. He just did a commercial as of recent. I don't know if you saw it, but he just did a commercial because Usher is going to be doing the halftime show of this year's
Super Bowl.
So they had Kim Kardashian, and then I also seen him. I won't be surprised if there's other celebrities they use in the commercial, but in the commercial, and they use Usher's old confession like video and made it look like Usher was talking to Prime.
Yo.
And he's getting money. Like it's just it's brand awareness. It's big brands are gonna thrive, and that's what we're watching.
Nah, that's a fact. I mean, that's the power of influence too, right? Like Deion Sanders is not even playing football anymore, but he's still adjacent to football, and people still right. Like he's still affecting, impacting lives with football, and he's a master marketer, yo. Like he
know what he's doing. When he's doing it.
For sure. We sitting back and we studying him right now. Like Deion know how to move some units. Okay.
Just last year we reported on here. Just the drama that he was facing at
Jackson State.
Yeah.
Jackson State.
You know, they love you, they hit you, they love you again. That's what happens.
That's real life.
And he welcomes all of that, and he does it with class. And even though Colorado lost last night, he kept it a buck. And post game, I was like, they beat our behind, and it's cool. We, it is what it is. They outplayed us, and he ain't throw no shots, nothing like that. I saw people getting at the Oregon coach because, the comments he made, pre-game, trying to hype up his team,
right.
Go out and execute, throwing little shots here and there. Colorado and Deion Sanders. Deion basically put some blunders on, but I don't see nobody. I don't see. But he just said, I kept the receipts. We kept the files, okay? We don't keep the files, but he handles it really classy. And, I think this is a great segue into Shador.
Yeah.
So now we're into NIL news. We ended with a little bit of NIL news. Now we're entering name, image, and likeness, where these collegiate and high school athletes now can monetize their name, image, and likeness and make money legally.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, we're going to talk about Shador. Okay? We're going to talk about Shador and the power. Yeah, he didn't put a watch on him yesterday. He didn't put a watch on him. But it's also interesting because a lot of other players on other football teams were putting up their wrist, saying they basically put a watch on him.
Right.
And he was like, no, that's what they're supposed to do. But again, that's the power of influence.
Right.
Then I saw Rick Ross. Rick Ross put nice background. Evan. Yeah. So Rick Ross put his joint up. His wrist up. Again, the power of influence. You do it once and you kill.
I wanna be like Mike. Come on, right? Everybody wanna be like you when you nice.
But yes, so Shador actually released some merchandise. And he actually started doing this back in 2021. But since he's killing right now in Colorado. He's really making a name for himself. And he's killing on the field. His NIL valuation is super high now. He's right behind Bronny James, actually.
Oh, wow.
According to On3 NIL. And so what's interesting also is we talked about Angel Reese, how she has created some merch behind like Bayou Barbie. She got some t-shirts. Amongst other things. However, we haven't seen a student athlete successfully sell merch as of yet or build out merch around their name, image, and likeness. But that is actually what Shador Sanders is doing. He created a merchandise line where he created a brand called SS2 Legendary. And his logo is a $2 sign. On his shirts, sweatshirts, anything that he creates, he puts $2 on it. That's his logo. He actually went to file a trademark back in February for goods, services, footwear, sweatshirts, athletic apparel, baseball camps, and skull caps. So he's been doing a lot of different things with this $2 logo symbol. And he actually dropped a batch of merchandise this past week. And in some of the post-game interviews, he's actually seen wearing a cap with the $2 on it. That's his. And he, like I said, he dropped some merch this past week. He dropped a crew neck t-shirt, and it has a picture of him on it flashing his Rolex. Put a watch on him, okay? And he's going to be dropping some more shirts that also have the $2 symbol or logo on it. So, again, very interested in seeing how this merch line does. We haven't seen it done yet, like a full line of merchandise from a student athlete. But as we previously mentioned, his numbers is up. His NIL valuation is high. He's performing well on the field. It also helps that his father is Deion Sanders, as we just previously mentioned. I do want to highlight the fact that Colorado actually, we haven't seen this either, where on some of his merch, he actually has Colorado's logo on it, Colorado University.
Mm.
And it's been very difficult for student athletes to use, universities and institutions that they play at or attend, their logos. We haven't seen it done often because many institutions don't allow it.
Right.
But I think it's also because it's the power of who is. I'm gonna just keep it real. His dad is Deion Sanders. I'm sure Deion, had a conversation, worked out some type of understanding with CU, and was like, my son also has to be able to utilize your logo, and now we're here. So again, the power of influence, the power of brand recognition, the power of image. That's what we're seeing on full display from the Sanders family, and interested to see how this goes for him.
Facts. I mean, if the time was ever a time to capitalize on your name, image, and likeness, this is it.
Yeah, it's now.
It is now. So, I expect him to do this. I mean, like you said, we haven't really seen anybody successfully push out merchandise for these NIL deals, but just interested to keep this to keep abreast of what he's doing and how he does. So yeah, shout out Shador. Got to bring it next game, brother.
Yeah, they play USC next, and so they're definitely ranked in the top 10. So we'll have to see how that goes. But we'll be watching. I'll keep that posted.
There we go. Rolling. What happened?
I'm laughing at you. Rolling. I'm laughing at you.
Rolling. Yeah, another NIL deal. Cayenne, Carmelo Anthony's son, has inked an underwear NIL deal.
Yes.
Who is this with? PSD?
Yeah, that's the name of the company, PSD. And they have already actually endorsed, or rather have other student athletes as part of NIL deals with them. They got Bronny James, and they have the Convention Twins, who has graduated and are now, I think, in wrestling and have other deals that have entered into post-college for them. So yeah, PSD is not new to the NIL space, but they have been able to bag up the biggest collegiate stars.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are a underwear line, and they got Kanye Anthony. He's a basketball recruit, class of 2025. As Brittany mentioned, he is the son of Carmelo Anthony, great player. And he's teamed up with PSD. Also want to highlight the fact that PSD has athlete endorsers that include John Morant, Jimmy Butler, Trae Young, Marshawn Lynch, J.D. Davison, and Tyler Hero. So those are heavy hitters that are endorsing PSD. So those are big names, which means a lot. And so they interviewed Cayenne about the NIL deal, and he said it's more than just a partnership. It's a collaboration that represents my style and my love of basketball together. We're going to redefine what it means to be comfortable and confident, both on and off the court.
Okay.
So this is a huge deal. Also want to highlight he's in high school. He's not in college yet. So this is a high school NIL deal, which is permitted here in New York State. High school student athletes can make money here. And yeah, also want to highlight all of the offers that Kyrie Anthony has so far, and some of them include Memphis, Syracuse, where his father went, Providence, Tennessee, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Maryland, and there's a ton of others. So, shout out to Kanye. Getting to the bag and just doing a good job. This is a big deal. I think this is his first NIL deal.
Okay, that's great. I mean, to be realistic with a lot of y'all not gonna get NIL deals as high school students. Like that's just it's very hard. Yeah, Dad, we already talked about.
You missed that.
Come on.
We talked about the Liberty.
We talked about the Liberty, how they got to get it together. You feel me? But yeah, shout out to Cayenne. It's not hard. It is hard to get an NIL deal as a high school student. So, he's obviously has the rep of being Carmelo's son, but he also puts in the work. So I mean, he's a fabulous shooter too. Like he's a phenomenal shooter. So give him his break. All right.
Yeah, this is great.
Congratulations.
All right. Now we're moving on to the next NIL deal that we wanted to highlight, which is really cool. Walk On is a sports bar and restaurant in Louisiana. And they're living up to their name, and they're celebrating 20 years. They had the 20th anniversary. And they declared Wednesday throughout the entire... Yeah, they declared last Wednesday as their National Walk-On Day, and every third Thursday in the month of September moving forward. So as part of that announcement, they actually gave a full scholarship. They agreed to pay a walk-on tuition at LSU. And it happened to be LSU's tight end, Giovanni Peterson.
Okay.
And like I mentioned, they're going to be paying for a scholarship as part of the agreement. And he is a junior, and he was super surprised to learn that he was having his tuition paid for by Walk-On. He didn't know anything about it. They all met, like he was with the team, and then the coach of LSU, Brian Kelly, welcomed in the co-founder of Walk-On, and then they announced it, I guess, in the meeting.
Yeah.
So they had a little video in the article where he called his mom, and his mom couldn't believe it.
Aww.
Yeah, like that's beautiful, right? So, I mean, again, this is the power of NIL. It can impact anybody. And this is just a real big deal. And I think this is just a great marketing plan. The name is Walk On, so why not partner with the Walk On of, LSU or any team for that matter. So, yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. I thought that was really, really, really nice and amazing. Let's change somebody's life.
That's a fact. I mean, we've always said NIL is here to change the trajectory of people's lives. So that's an instance right there. Getting money to go to school, why not?
Come on. And he was like, I guess the player Giovanni, he was like, I'm not gonna let this basically lose focus on me just being the best player that I can be. I still want to remain hungry. I still want to remain focused. Because, I guess he has also a chip on his shoulder. Like, he's a walk-on. He got to fight for position, fight to be there. And he was like, that hunger still, I want that hunger to still remain, but I am basically grateful for this amazing opportunity. So, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Love it. Shout out to Giovanni.
Yeah. And for the last piece of NIL, we're going to talk about just where we're at with the NCAA, and there being now in case there is a case happening right now, which is called House versus the NCAA. And the two primary issues in this case right now is a potential class recertification, which is a class action, and then also admissibility of testimonies from three experts. But beyond that, the question is, could just a few plaintiffs or thousands of athletes potentially receive damages? Because now what's interesting is former athletes are coming back and trying to seek damages. Get NIL back pay.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're all from like mainly Division I schools. I think I read that some of the previous players either graduated in like as far back I think as 2016. And the lawyers for the NCAA basically, and by so many words, was like, if you open the door, like the floodgates of hell, basically, you open up the floodgates of hell, because we don't know who else is gonna. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. This is how Sunrise think. You gonna open up the floodgates, and you don't know how many people gonna be like, give me some back pay.
Yo, NIL back pay is crazy.
Yeah, I gotta read more into it, but yeah, and then they also talk about TV rights revenue, which is also a thing. They talk about Title IX and about how more male athletes are getting basically paid more money, NIL deals, NIL money, and NIL opportunities in comparison to women, which is another like sub issue in this case. And trial is set for January 27, 2025. So again, that's a lot of time, but there's going to be a lot of things happening in between that time. Right now, the two parties are trying to settle. When I say parties, I'm talking about, you got the NCAA, and then you have this class action, which is basically filled with a group of athletes that have come together to ultimately sue the NCAA. That's what's going on right now. And so, yeah, there's a lot of conversation between both parties right now. And the topics include the percentage of TV rights revenue, if any, that should be allocated to athletes, how Title IX compliance plays into athletes receiving broadcast revenue, and the basic nature of how the NIL marketplace works. And the NCAA is arguing that even though this is a class action suit, it's really hard to, like, Brittany played Division I basketball, I played Division II basketball, and the NCAA lawyers were like, it's really hard to say how much Brittany would make in comparison to Shantae because NIL deals are just, they're so specific, to different athletes. So one player may get $4,000, I don't know, a month, and another may get less than that. It really depends. And so, yeah, the court is just trying to figure everything out right now and hear both sides. And this could be very monumental moving forward. So this is where we are at with the NCAA and antitrust laws. I want to see what happens, especially with the back pay and the TV rights.
Back pay is crazy.
Back pay.
Okay.
Back pay.
We're going to see antitrust. Annie up.
Yeah. I mean, you got mad how you said back pay.
Yeah.
Who said back pay?
They need to go back to 2010. They bucking.
Yeah.
Get me? Come on. 2006. 10 years. Bring that back. When I was a freshman. Woo. Stop playing.
I mean, you always joke. You'd be like, they got your picture in Applebee's out there.
Yeah. Pay me for that.
You're just sitting there. Yeah. I'm with everybody else.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there seeing my face.
They had some type of understanding with the university. Didn't even ask you.
Nah.
Didn't ask you nothing.
Nah.
Like, let's just use it. Serious.
Yeah, my pictures in Applebee's in Jersey somewhere, y'all. Ain't getting paid for it. Nope, but they using my name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
Woo.
So that's something to think about. But yeah, this is going to be a very monumental day. So
All right.
we'll keep you posted about that as well.
And that that wraps up NIL. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm just grooving to the beat. I hear my daughter. I hear my daughter crying. That's why. Like, she's crying.
All right, y'all. So now we're going into tech news. It's not on our discussion list, but I do want to talk about how NFTs get crazy rap this week. And and I've been hearing it, reading it every day. Everybody's like, NFTs are worth $0. And at the end of the day, blockchain technology is the driving force, right? Forget NFTs. Blockchain technology is not going nowhere, right? It's still here. That's still here.
Right.
NFTs right now, it may be a little quiet. It's quiet. It was quiet. It was quiet this week, and they, media outlets was
slaying.
They wasn't playing around with NFTs, but blockchain technology is driving force. So I did want to bring that up, even though that is on our outline for tonight. To really the news we wanted to bring to you, but yeah, blockchain technology. Nonetheless, we are talking about AI tonight. Microsoft revealed major AI upgrades for Windows, Office, and Bing. And this past Thursday, they announced that they announced its new digital assistant, Copilot, which will arrive to replace the Cortana and will come to Windows 11 and Microsoft 365 starting September 26th. And Copilot uses large language models to provide personalized, context-aware assistance with everyday tasks. This is going to be interesting. And they're going to have something called Microsoft 365 Chat. And it's going to be combing through your emails and documents, meetings, and chats to serve as an AI-powered personal assistant for work. It uses natural language prompts to automate complex tasks like scheduling meetings or drafting documents. So it's going to do it for you. And yeah, they're just going to be integrating AI in many of their research and integrations across its consumer ecosystem. So it's basically going to allow you to work faster and be more efficient in your everyday life. They're providing you with an assistant that happens to be AI generated or AI powered. So I don't know how that's going to work with privacy. With AI, like they're combing through your emails and everything else. As of late, I've been really focused on just privacy, data privacy. Even though here in the U.S. we don't have much privacy at all. We don't really have that at all. But I am interested in seeing how this affects that on the legal side. You obviously have to give me permission to do that. We often get permission to things and we don't know terms and conditions we use anyway. We just let it happen. But yeah, they're essentially going to be going through everything in your Google Drive, essentially, and just helping you work through things quicker. You're going to have an assistant.
An AI assistant?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. I see that updates have been made to apps like Clipchamp, which I am very familiar with.
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay, so I will be looking forward to that.
Yeah, maybe we should say that. Yeah, they're gonna be these updates are gonna be in Paint photo snipping tool, like Brittany said, Clipchamp, and other native Windows apps to boost creativity and productivity. So we'll see if it works.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, Microsoft. Get it popping.
And the same thing with Amazon. So that's the next thing we're talking about. Amazon has tapped into its own AI model to upgrade Alexa for smart homes. So this past week, Amazon announced its ambitious plans to integrate generative AI across its product ecosystem. And during one of the events that they have annually, they showcase the latest products and features that bring artificial intelligence into the Amazon ecosystem and for smart home devices, including new Amazon Echo, Brain glasses, and Fire tablets that integrate Amazon's Alexa chat box. So that means Alexa is going to be on many of these new tools,
devices,
or products that Amazon is creating. And as holiday season approaches, Amazon is they're emphasizing that many of the new smart home and digital living products will be available coming soon, later this year. So yeah, it's gonna be ready for sale before, I'm sure, about Black Friday.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas, Black Friday. I wouldn't be surprised if Thanksgiving. Yeah, Black Friday. So we're seeing more major companies tap into just creating more AI focused products or powered products.
Yeah.
And, I don't know how, like, again, with data. I mean, I don't have Alexa, but it doesn't even matter because the iPhone hears everything. You can turn your phone off, but it's not off. I don't think people know that either. If you turn your phone off, your phone is not off. Like, it's not all the way off. So, data, right? Privacy.
They coming up on you like this.
Yeah, basically, like, that's what's happening. Yeah, like, so, I mean, they did mention, I do want to highlight, Amazon did mention that they are going to be upgrading their cybersecurity features. And Amazon emphasized the importance of trust and security in the next generation of AI. That's important to me. But I would love for them to elaborate on the steps they're taking in regards to cybersecurity. Alfred, cybersecurity.
Right. Uncle Al, come on, man. Pass them classes.
Yeah.
Pass them classes.
What's up, Wolverine?
What up, Dr. Jamar? Thank you for tapping in with us.
Thank you.
Imani, what up? How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's cybersecurity, security measures are going to be really important. I don't think that we're going to adhere to much of anything. I think it's just smoke and mirrors for the most part, but that's me being a little bit of a pessimist, to be honest. But I'm just going based off what we've seen, what we've been hearing. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't have Alexa. Does anybody in here have Alexa? Or like,
I don't have Alexa because I truly want to keep my home dumb. I don't want a smart home. I already have phones, and these EMFs rule the world, and I don't want any more devices in my house. Like, I'm about tired of it. But no, the only time I use Alexa is when I go to my mom's house and turn off her lights. Alexa, lights off.
And they'll turn the lights off.
Turn the lights off. Alexa, lights on.
How though?
Turn. So essentially, you just get a there's a plug that you. It somehow connects to the lights, and it's connected to the Alexa. So essentially, you can, it was like when you had the clap on. you had to
Yeah.
plug in something. You had to plug in something that caught the clap. So, but Alexa, yeah. Alexa, hi.
Set my alarm like this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alexa,
Amazon.
run the bath water because I'm ready for a bath.
They are basically putting Alexa in a lot more products moving forward. So expect to see those during holiday season, which is right around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we are talking about culture. So that includes music, fashion, movies, and business. And so some things that we wanted to highlight in this category was yesterday, again, when Colorado played Oregon. Oregon was wearing heat-activated cleats, which is fire. They debuted yesterday, and they actually changed colors. They change colors when they heat up. And they're called the Nike Vapor Edge KF Dunk Cleats. Nike Dunks have made a resurgence as we see everybody wearing like the Pandas and other colorways of the Dunks. And so, yeah, that's how that was the design that they wanted to mimic with these cleats. And Brittany and I was watching just the marketing and rollout of what these look like. They had like a chameleon look like on top of the cleat. Obviously, chameleons are known for changing colors, and that goes along with when the cleat is warmed up, it changes colors as well. So yeah, it was wearing that last night or yesterday evening. We thought that was super fire. We previously reported, I think, or we may have read offline, that they are thinking about or have put like not air conditioned, but like cooler air
in the helmets.
The helmets of these players, which would help them like not overheat, like their body from overheating while playing. So we're just seeing a lot of innovation in regards to the equipment that these athletes are wearing now, which hopefully will protect them and just make it a better experience while they're playing the sport that they love. So yeah, we thought that was super fire.
Yeah, I mean, we seen it in real time yesterday when we were watching the game. So I thought that was pretty fascinating. I think Oregon does a great job of marketing the merchandise that they get because, they're one of the I guess if you want to say one of the premier like sports dominated universities. Like most of their sports are very, very, they do well across the board. So I think this was great marketing by them. And it was great to see live yesterday.
The Oregon Ducks, I just also want to mention, because Austin showed me yesterday how the
mascot.
Yeah, punch the prime clock. Game. I'm like, oh, not hitting it like a pinata.
Yeah. They was getting wild.
Yeah, it was a crazy game yesterday, and it was just a crazy game. Yo, Colorado got an X mark on their back. That's, they should. They causing a lot of beautiful and great press, but with that comes, people want to beat you. And
they do.
Yeah, it was a great game nonetheless to watch. But yeah. And then I feel like we were talking about Deion Sanders all evening, but he has moved forward with filing 4 trademarks: Coach Prime, Prime Effect, Daddy Buck. It's personal. Again, just the power of your influence and your image and your brand. He wants to protect those sayings, and I'm just interested in seeing how he utilizes these folks and all the ways he wants to utilize them. So yeah, he went forward with applying to register these 4 trademarks, and we'll keep y'all posted about that as well.
Get to the bag.
Get to the bag. That's really what this is. And this is the last thing. I feel like we breezed through this evening. It just, I don't know, we was on a roll. But
yeah.
the last thing that we have for culture is Tiger Woods and Justin Timberlake. They're actually going to be opening a sports bar here in New York City, called T Squared, and it's going to be located on East 42nd Street in Manhattan, which is downtown, Times Square.
Oh, God.
So it's going to be. I'm not going to hold you. I haven't been in Times Square in a minute. That's other than me. Y'all.
Be prepared to pay some money.
Yeah,
It's gonna be expensive,
yeah,
yo.
yeah, it is. To get there. I would like to see how it looks. But yeah, they're gonna have craft cocktails, non-alcoholic mocktails, draft, regular stuff that could be found at a bar. But they're also gonna have bowling, darts, as well as the option to watch sports on over 35 televisions, including a 200-inch flat screen television. So you can play games out there. You can socialize there. There's gonna be food, beverage, regular bar stuff. But it's about to be huge because I feel like we talked about this yesterday. Like the space is really big.
Right. It's a whole block, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a whole block, which is kind of nuts.
Right.
Because 42nd is really like the block itself. If y'all live here, y'all know it's not. The street is like the strip itself is long.
Yeah.
So
right.
Either way, I mean it's fire. We're here for the sports bars. But hopefully it does well. Brittany, Brittany's the Diddy of restaurant. And basically she evaluates restaurants.
I do.
And maybe Brittany will give us a review of this new bar.
Yeah.
And the food.
Come on, y'all gotta bring it. Make sure y'all have something on the menu for the vegetarians, because y'all be hating. Y'all be hating on the vegetarians. I don't want to see just chicken wings and calamari and where's the buffalo cauliflower? I need vegetarian options. Veggie spring rolls, like, come on.
Well, hopefully they'll have that, but I feel like really make an appearance there and take some feedback.
Hater.
We're gonna bring food on here within the next few episodes.
We're gonna taste test some stuff.
Yeah, on our live, and y'all let us know if y'all had any of the things we'll be trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we have for y'all this evening.
Yeah, one last thing I wanted to say. Shout out to the Black Library. We went to their hip hop little festival last weekend. That's why we did not go live. Saw some local talent. It was a vibe. It was really nice. The Black Library. They also got a shout out from Killer Mike, which is fire. Thought that was really fire. They're doing a lot of good stuff. They done did a resume workshop, resume building workshop for the community. On Friday, they just had a DJ come in and do a set, I believe, their first set. And then I think on the 30th, they're hosting their first live performance with one of the local artists in the area. So yeah, shout out to the Black Library doing their thing. Follow them. They really out here trying to offer something great for the community, a nice space, safe space for the community and the youth. So thank you, DJ. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. And I do want to say college basketball is right. It's I can smell it. It's right around the corner. We're very excited to start covering it. If you're not following March Madness women's basketball on Instagram, we don't get paid to say these things.
Right.
But
at least not yet.
Not yet. March Madness, WBB, they're doing an amazing job, really just building anticipation for the season. They've literally been going on road trips from university to university, college to college, and really interviewing these players and programs and miking up the players. You get to know them on a more personal level.
Yeah.
And it just, again, builds anticipation and hype for the season. We got some great players returning. We got some new players coming in that are, they're said to be killers. So, not real killers, y'all. Killers on the court, let me just clarify. But really excited to see how that goes. We're super excited. So, we'll keep y'all posted about that as well.
College basketball. College basketball is coming up. I'm ready. Now I'm hyped because I need to do like a watch list of all the people that I want to watch this season. Because it's gonna be a great season. So looking.
Shopping with us as we break that down. But yeah, that's what we have for y'all this Sunday. Stay warm. It is getting cold here in New York City, in New York, period.
Protect your neck.
So, yeah, protect your neck. Get your immune systems up. Thank you for tapping in with us for this Sunday. As always, please follow us here on Twitter at 21 Titles. Also follow 9450. We also host a podcast over there called Beyond the 9450, where we go more in depth about the business of sports, really within the realm of women's sports. So tap in with us over there. Follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Instagram. And catch us next Sunday as we, again, provide y'all with a weekly recap or just some real high-level highlights throughout the week. And, yeah.
Shante.
And watch the WNBA playoffs.
Right.
Next week, we're going to report on what's going on with that, too.
Absolutely. Yeah, the next two games are Tuesday, I believe at 8 and at 10 on ESPN. So yes, support the WNBA. Again, like Shanti said, follow us on all social media platforms. We're here. We're trying to do this as a service to the community, which will eventually turn into other things that we will do for the community. So share with a friend, tell someone to follow us, tell someone to subscribe to our YouTube page. Get on it. We need to grow our brand so that they take us serious. And that's where y'all come in, okay? So again, thank you as always for your Sunday evening, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all.